Hi everyone. Hello and happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to Crazy Kalyn Vlogs. I am here. I am back with you. I haven't been here in quite a long time, and I am so excited to be sitting here with you for a time out on my Friday. I am so thankful for you guys. Thank you for spending some moments with me over here on Crazy Kalyn Vlogs. This is my second channel. I do have a main channel, which is Crazy Days of Kalyn, and over there I haul specifically from the Dollar Tree on Saturdays, Mondays, and Wednesdays. And then over here, I made this channel just to connect with you guys and to let you guys know me a little bit deeper, those of you that wanted to know who I was as a human being in my everyday life. So that's what we do. There is no schedule over here. It is just us hanging out with one another and spending some moments. I like to do coffee with Kalyn chats where I just kind of share my everyday life moments, thoughts, feelings with you guys. And then also, I like to haul things outside of the Dollar Tree when I find cool things for a reasonable price and show them to you. I like to take you places with us when we do go places and share what events we have and things that go on in my area and things that we like to do in my everyday life. So that is what we're doing today, is just hanging out and talking. And we are having a coffee with Kalyn Chat. And I will tell you why that was named Coffee with Kalyn Chats. So I started to do like chat with me's. And then one of my beautiful friends from my YouTube journey suggested you should call these Coffee with Kalyn Chats because I always had a coffee. Well, I have not had actual coffee in 8 or 9 months. I gave up coffee because I was trying to eliminate things from my diet that may have been triggering different feelings inside of me. And I can tell you that I don't believe that it was the coffee, even though I haven't drank it for 8 or 9 months. I believe it was the creamer, the sweetener that was coming inside of the coffee as I was getting it every morning from McDonald's to start my day. And I was getting a medium sugar-free French vanilla iced coffee with creamer. And so it just was not making me feel well. And it was part of the feelings that I was really, having trouble with my insides, with my digestion and things like that. But in 8 or 9 months, I have decided that I do want to go back to coffee. It has been a long contemplation of wanting to go back because I almost feel like I'm giving up on a journey. I stopped at cold turkey, and so I've been feeling really, really run down and tired the last probably month or so, roughly. And I decided to go to the doctors and get some blood work done and have them check like my vitamins and things like that. And my D3 is extraordinarily low. And I take vitamins every single day, an abundance of them, and D3 is one of them. So I was very shocked when I found out my D3 was that out of range. We live in New England. And it is cold here from September all the way until May. And it's getting colder and colder. We didn't have a ton of snow this winter, but the cold is definitely here, other than those warm spells throughout the months that just kind of trickle in and then go right back out. It was 18 degrees this morning when I left the house. So that is a long, lengthy period of time. Every year that we spend a lot of indoor time, we spend a lot of time, not being out in the sunshine, not doing outdoor activity because it's so cold all the time. And that really has an effect on me, really, really bad in a lot of different ways. So I am now having to take a lot more D3 as suggested by the doctor to try to build that back up in my system. And then I decided, until I started feeling better from that increase, that I would go back to coffee. So after a lot of research and a lot of contemplation, I decided to go to Aldi. And this is what I picked up. So I got iced coffee, blonde roast. They did have a medium roast too. This is mellow and smooth, unsweetened black coffee. It's 48 fluid ounces and it's 100% Arabica coffee. So this was $4.39. And so that's really good. That'll last me probably like a week and a half because I'm only going to do probably around 4 or 5 ounces of coffee with a little bit of creamer in it and a cup every morning. Now, this is the creamer that I found. Same exact brand. This is almond creamer, non-dairy. Now, I have an enormous amount of allergies that have been figured out within this last year. And I take 8 shots every single Monday for the rest of my life for my allergies that have wreaked havoc on my body for the last couple of years. And I didn't know what was wrong with me. So dairy, I'm very sensitive to, and also eggs. So this is a non-dairy creamer. This is 32 fluid ounces and it is vanilla. This was $3.30. So between those two things, it's less than $10. That is cost efficient for me and it will last me well over a week. So now with you guys, we are back to actual real coffee with Kalyn chats. We're about to have a little bit of coffee. So this is what I put in my mason jar. There's coffee till I would say right about there, that line right there, and then some creamer on top of it. I swirled and twirled it around. And I do love the taste of coffee. And that tastes really good. Nothing else in it except for those two things. And I'm all about it. I'm going to take another sip. Oh, girl. Oh, it's back. I'm hoping that that will help me while my D3 is working in my system. But that tastes marvelous. So I took my first sip with you guys because we are doing a coffee with Kalyn Chat, and now it's actually accurate. So there is that. That's my little SpongeBob baby in the background, and he is my birdie best friend. So he's hanging out with us as he usually is, and we're just gonna chat. We're just gonna chat. We're gonna do a little bit of catch up. We're gonna do a little talking point, and just from certain things that have been going on and I'm doing. Like I have said, am working on other things. I'm about to be 43 this year. July 6th, I turn 43. My husband turns 43 on June 5th. So we're both going to be 43 this year. And you can feel the age creeping in. I don't care if we're still in our early 40s. We work extremely hard. We have our hand in literally 100 different things every single day, on a business aspect and also just in our everyday life responsibilities. We have our hand in so many different pots. We are really, we're out. We're tapped out, stretched out. So to be tired and not feeling well is a real hindrance on what we have going on all of the time. So I'm really trying to feel the best that I can possibly feel. I've gone back to the gym. I don't go as consistently as I used to before my surgery in October. I have to get my ambition and my motivation back to going the 7 days a week like I was on point with back in the day. I love the gym. I usually go swimming. But as of late, I've just been doing the treadmill and a bicycle. And that has been what has, been consuming my time when I'm at the gym. And it's like one day here, skip 2 days, go back. Just depends on what the day looks like, what's going on. So I really have to work on that because going into my 43rd year, I really want this next year to be a good one. 42, I have to tell you, blessings all over the place. First and foremost, we had a lot of blessings throughout this last year of my life, but there were a lot of really troublesome times as well. And I really want to go into our 43rd year feeling better and being more able to handle all the things that we have on our everyday lives and everyday plates, and having the physical ability to follow through with stuff in less of a painful and daunting and exhausted type of way. So I'm hoping to build my ambition back up to a level of really going out there and feeling as strong as I used to, and as physically active as I used to, without the struggle part of it coming along with me. Because even though I still feel terrible in so many different ways, I still get up and I move it every single day, and I do everything that is required of me. And there is a lot of it, I could tell you that. So, so there is that. I'm doing good. I want to be doing better. So that's my goal, just little by little every day. Hopefully the D3 will help me. Hopefully the coffee will give me the little bit of a boost that I need in the mornings now. This is actually later in the afternoon because I just got home, took a shower, got dressed, hauled from the Dollar Tree for my Crazy Days of Kalyn channel, which is tomorrow on Saturday for that post. Sorry, my leg is falling asleep. And then later on, Richie and I have to go out and run some errands and get this week all wrapped up in a nice little bow before the weekend starts. So, Richie is doing well. Richie is really doing good. I am so thankful that he is doing well. For those of you that don't know, he is a type 1 diabetic. He was diagnosed very late in the game. Type 1 diabetes is usually an early onset type of diabetes, and he was not diagnosed until he was right on the cusp of 35. And it has definitely wreaked havoc. And we've had a lot of scary times. I've almost lost him 3 times, and it was very extremely traumatizing and something that haunts me every single day. And so we've spent these years trying to make sure that we're doing everything that we could potentially do to help him in his journey through his life with a very difficult disease to navigate. He has come up with eating vegetarian and eliminating so many things from his diet, and it really has been a help. He feels so much different. He is just really doing amazing, and I just keep knocking on wood and thanking God every day for the difference in him that is helping him enjoy his life and just do better and be better for himself so that he can live out all of his happiness, his life, his dream, his goals, and not live for doctor's appointments and just being in the hospital all the time like we did for those first 7 years. So that's good. The kids are wonderful. As a lot of you may know, they just came back from vacation. They went to Disney in Florida for a whole week. Just 2 adults, Isaiah and Cindy. I was so thankful that they went. Isaiah flew for the first time, and he we've always traveled. I've always been a traveling girl. I'm a gypsy in my heart and in my soul. I have wanted to travel my whole life. And as soon as I had the ability to do it as an adult, I was whipping us all over the place. So we've definitely traveled, but I do not fly. I have a huge fear of flying, but I never made him afraid of it. And I always told him someday, you are going to do it and you are going to be amazing at it and you're going to love it. And I never built that fear into him, even though I had it. So all I do is pray to get through my days and I hand everything to God up above. That's my journey. And I don't that's just how I do what I do, and it works for me. I hand everything over. So there was no fear in my heart when he was going up into the sky, and I knew that he was going to be okay. And I prayed and I prayed and prayed, and I had faith. He made it there safely. They had the best week ever. He got home safely. We picked them up from the airport, and I was like, "Whoa, what? That's the best news I could ever hear, that you had the best time and that you got home without uh without any scenarios coming up whatsoever. I don't even want to speak it into existence because I'm sure he will be flying again and again and again. He's got so many dreams just like his mama did. So so there is that, and I was super happy. Now they're back into the swing of things, going to work, doing all their fancy things, every day, coming home, cooking, blowing up the kitchen, making a mess, and eating at the kitchen table. So that's what they like to do. They go to work, they come home with bags of groceries, they cook dinner in the kitchen, and they sit and just chat. They're 20. And they are just like so much older than their years. She loves to wear her like cute little sweaters. She's very modest. She likes to wear her cute little sweaters, and she likes to just put her fuzzy socks on like me and just, be warm and cozy at home. And they like to watch The Office and all kinds of binge watching of all these programs and stuff. And, they're just chill kids. And thank you for that. Because I can go to sleep okay. So knowing that they're usually home and everybody's all good to go. So they're doing awesome. And now this weekend, we have, a full weekend of all kinds of things. Richie and I have businesses all over the place. And I don't know if I've told you guys in years past and videos past, but I'm a marketing education trade person. I went to a trade high school and I took marketing education and I excelled in advertising and customer service. And so I have a I took 4 years of it, 4 full years of it. And I got college credits to go to business school, but I applied them toward a teaching degree for early childhood education because I wanted to actually move out of the business part of it and into education. So, any hoodle do. I so we have really been working hard at kind of developing our own stuff going on, and we are doing a lot of reselling, and that has been a lot of fun. We've always done it to a very small degree. Richie does eBay, he does Facebook Marketplace, which Facebook Marketplace is huge. It's huge. And there are people on Facebook Marketplace all of the time. We do a lot of dealings through Facebook Marketplace. That was a really cool feature that they put into that platform. So we've decided that we wanted to expand and do more and more consistently reselling. And what I like about how him and I resell is that we only look for a small profit. A lot of people look to really get big prices on the things that they find. That's what they're looking for. But Richie and I really kind of just like to turn things over and help people shop. A lot of people cannot get out. They don't have the opportunity, availability. They don't have the resources to get to the stores to go find certain items that they could have been looking for forever. So essentially, all we are trying to do is just make a couple of dollars off of whatever we're selling. And for our profit for what we paid for the item, just a couple of dollars extra, which is helpful. So we go to a place called the Goodwill Bins. It's about an hour away from us. We have a couple of different ones. There's another one 2 hours away from us. We've gone to it once and it was a really long day because it was 2 hours away. So we generally go to the one that's about an hour away from us, and it's called the Goodwill Bins. So there is a Goodwill store attached to it. And then on the other side of it is this massive warehouse, and it has rows and rows and rows and rows of these rolling bins that they just completely consume with all kinds of overflow of products that have been donated to the Goodwill. So when they can't sell them in the store, then they go to the part of the store that is, going to portion them out in these bins. And then people go. A lot of people are resellers that go. You can tell because they have all of their devices out. They're researching items, verifying tags, and you get a cart and you just kind of roll through. The weekends is usually very, very hectic because people go there and they are there for a whole entire day, and they just go after the bins because they're going to be reselling. They have stores that are thrift stores. They have all kinds of different ways of, putting their products forward into the community. Well, we just do it online. So we've always done it to a small degree, and now we've been doing it even more. So it's a lot of fun. It's actually Richie and I's favorite thing to do outside of just Dollar Tree shopping is to go to the Goodwill bins. I don't know if you guys have any near you or any type of a bin thrifting situation. So what you do is you get a cart and you just go and you shop through these bins. It is a mishmash of craziness. All these products are just thrown inside of big, humongous rolling bins, and you sift through them. We wear gloves, masks, everything else to protect ourselves, and you just sift through. And a lot of times we're there for hours upon hours upon hours because then, randomly, once they see the piles dwindling down, they will go and take the bins out. They move everybody back behind a line, and then they make you wait until they refill the bins. They wheel them all back out, put them into their positions again, and then they blow a whistle and everybody can go and look through the bins. So everybody that's reselling is really trying to get to the bins first, to try to get the best options of products that could be potentially in these bins. It's almost like going to the Dollar Tree and finding all these random cool things that the Dollar Tree really doesn't produce themselves and come from all these other stores. And in the bins, you can find a ridiculous amount of things that still have the tags on them, that still have labels, pricing, that are sometimes still in their original boxes, that have never been opened, that somebody just donated that they didn't want anymore. And they just throw them into these bins. And if you can get your hands on them, you can resell them. We really find a good market in name brand stuffed animals. So a lot of the stuffies sell really quick, and we have a lot of fun producing inventory for stuffed animals, which is crazy enough. Richie kind of started that bit, and it really does turn over super fast. People want the stuffed animals that are cool and that are name brand. And a lot of them have Disney tags on them that we've been finding lately. So people have been scooping them right up. We also have found a lot of electronics, a lot of different varieties of electronics for the house, for VCR, DVR combinations. People are looking for those like bananas, clothes with, actual name brand tags on it. And it's wild what you can find in these bins. And it looks like a heap of trash when you go. I can promise you that. It's not impressive whatsoever. You're thinking to yourself, what am I doing here? I will never forget the first time we went. I was like, whoa, Nelly, I don't know if I can handle this. I don't know if I want to touch anything. But he was like, I'm telling you, I watch it. I see people do this. I talk to people that do this, and it's this fun. So a lot of the reselling that we did just randomly was like, we would go to thrift stores and just put around, find cool stuff, turn it around for an extra $5 here and there or whatever. And then we started going to, we do love yard sales, love yard sales. We go to yard sales from spring into the early part of fall, as long as they're having them. We will spend days going to yard sales, having super fun time, picking up things and then reselling them for an extra $3, $4, $5, depending on what the product is. And again, it's just helping somebody that might be seeking it out online, that sees a picture and they're like, wow, it's out there. I can grab the item finally. And then they purchase it from us. And a lot of times, Facebook Marketplace, we're just meeting up with people. And I always meet with the two of us together. We never do it separately, so that there's always two of us. And there's a lot of correspondence before meeting up in person at like a public location to, sell the item of whatever it is that the person has purchased from us. And then, so we've been doing that for years. And then now that there's a more inventory and more consistently from going to the Goodwill bins and making it an actual business that we've created, we're pretty much just online and we're shipping things a lot. So that is just, it's so much fun. We love doing this. We've done it as long as we've been together, and we had no idea up until probably like the last couple of years that people really love thrifted secondhand items as much as we do. So that has been such a blessing to put some extra income into our retirement fund, which that is what it's going toward. And also, to just do something that we enjoy so much together. So now when they, roll the carts out, we take what we need, we spend several hours there at a time when we visit. And then once it's time to cash out, we think we have enough inventory for the week. You go up to the cashier, you roll your cart on top of a weighing station. They minus the price of the cart, and then they just accumulatively, they take the rest of the merchandise that's in the cart that's broken down into categories, and they weigh it and they give you one flat price for whatever you find. So normally for stuffed animals, shoes, clothes, things like that, that's usually like $2 per pound because it's lighter items. And then electronics, um electronics and I think books also is $2 per pound, but electronics are 50 cents per pound. So it's really inexpensive a lot of times because we find stuff that's lightweight and then we get a lot of it when we can find really good merchandise to turn around. So we just have a blast. I'm telling you, it's so much fun. It's a hobby, it's a job, and it's just enjoyable to meet people. And a lot of people are super grateful that they're still able to get a deal on these items that have been found for them so that they don't have to go seek them out. So we feel like we're helping others, we're making a little bit money for our retirement years, and it's always good to have a plan for a plan for a plan. That's pretty much how I've lived my whole entire life. I have always had multiple different jobs at the same time. And I've always taught my son that you can have a main focus for a career, but always know what you can fall back on. Always know what you can do to supplement your income just in case of an emergency. I can tell you that my financial scenario has changed more times than I can count in my adulting life. I have gone from having everything to having nothing, to having absolutely nothing, and living in a back bedroom at my mom and my grandpa's house for 3 months until I had 4 jobs and was able to afford myself a 1 bedroom apartment with my 5 year old son when I was becoming a single parent when he was 5 years old and I was still in my 20s. And you just don't know where life is going to take you. I've gone from everything to zero to back up to a little bit to zero again. And now, now I spend our time trying to think of the future and what else we like to do. We know we love the Dollar Tree. We know we love to thrift. We know that we love to connect with people and help in whatever way we can. And so the availability of making extra income in the side and here and there is also helping toward our community for donating and everything else that we can find items that are good to go to the shelters, the food banks, and all that stuff between thrifting and the Dollar Tree, because we've been in the positions that all of these people are in at the current moment, and we love to help in that respect. And so it's just something that we're passionate about and that we enjoy doing. And it's helping our life and other people's lives as well. So I really, really think it's fancy. And I really encourage anybody that has any hidden talents whatsoever, that has always thought, I might need to supplement my income. I have to find a second job, a third job, whatever. A lot of people have 2 full-time jobs right now because the prices of everything are so astronomically high. If you have any talents whatsoever, there are so many different ways to start up little businesses, to start up little companies and stuff, even through just online. Facebook has, business pages that are available if you look into it, that you can make a business and post it to the community and the public so that they can see what you're selling and what you're creating for them. And there's a lot of research, there's a lot of things that you have to do to get to that point where you're putting yourself out there, but sometimes the journey is worth it in the end. And it makes you happy and it helps. So that's what we do. That's what we do. And I love being kind of like a jack of all trades. We have a million things going on, but we always have. So it's really nothing new to us. So that's it. That's it. So this day, we are actually wrapping up this day by going to the Goodwill bins, and we are going to have some fun tonight. I also think it's super fun when they roll out the bins to replenish the piles. They make everybody go behind a line at the Goodwill, in the Goodwill warehouse. There's like a line that separates before you get to the bins. They ask everybody to go back, stand behind it until all the bins are replenished and put back out onto the floor. And then they blow a whistle so that you can go for the bins. And they don't allow you to run, which I love that they have structure and rules, because I am all about structure and rules and schedules and all kinds of accountability things. I just have since I've been little. I like things to make sense and have, meaning to them and like a way to do things. So they will not allow you to run. If you do run, they give you a timeout. And I think that that is great because you can't be running people over to just find the best stuff. You have to be considerate of others. You have to be careful. There is a really large older population that goes there. I would say probably from like 60s into 70s. That is like an older population, and a lot of them have difficulty. One of them even goes with a walker, and every single time that we're there, they are there. They are there. So they must spend a good portion of their week doing this. And you have to be careful of everybody. So I like that when they see you run, they tell you to go back and then they give you a timeout for like an extra 5 minutes so that you can't shop in the bins. You can't go to the bins after they've just been freshly put back out. So you're going to miss out on merchandise, which nobody wants that. So don't run next time, guys. Don't run. so anyways, but that's what we're going to do tonight and I love it. I'm not as afraid of it as I used to be. Even though honest to goodness, I stay behind. Richie really gets in there because he's all about it. But I kind of like hang back. I stay with the cart and I kind of just roll through very casually, very calmly. I let everybody go before me. I watch them toss up all the piles. And then I watch things, being moved and grooved around. And when I see something that nobody else is touching that I might be interested in and I want to price check it, then I grab it after everybody's moved, out of my way. I price check it, and if it's good and I can resell it, goes in the cart. So that's what we do. And so I don't know if anybody else loves to do like thrifting, yard sales, and if you have bins near you, but let me know because eventually we would like to go on road trips to go see other Goodwill bin situations, or if there are other bin stores maybe that are not even Goodwill related. So if you know of any in your area, I would love to know about it because we might plan a trip around that. So that's what I'm telling you. But that's it. I love you guys. Happy Friday. I hope everybody has a blessed, beautiful, fancy, dancy day. And I will see you guys if you're over on Crazy Days of Kalyn early in the morning for Happy Saturday Dollar Tree haul. All right, my little cutie patooties. I will see you soon. I love all you beautiful faces. I have talked so much and so quick, which I normally do anyways. I need a sip of that good old coffee. And it does taste so good. It does taste so good. So that is it. I love you guys so much. And I will try to be back again a little bit more consistently. We have, we're at the end. No, today is March 1st. Wowzers. Today is March 1st. And so, yeah, we're almost into spring. We're pretty like driving down the highway right towards spring. And there's going to be a lot more activity because I got to get out of here. I got to get on the road. I got to travel. I need the sunshine. I need the beach. We're going to be going to the beach. We're going to be taking walks. I'm going to be chatting with you guys. We're going to be looking at the surf. We're going to be doing all kinds of things because this year I feel a lot better than I did last year before they figured out what was wrong with me. And this year I plan on feeling a lot better even than I do now. So, God willing, we're doing a lot of stuff and you guys are coming too. So I love you and I will see you soon. Love all you beautiful faces. Bye, everyone.